Hey y'all, this is Mina and this is Mirkwood Homestead. Good morning. It is such a nice morning and I have my tea with my collagen and my zinc in it, which I usually forget, but I've been needing it extra lately for some arthritis symptoms I've been having, and the collagen really does seem to help. I'm going to be harvesting my radishes, which are way overdue past harvest. Some of them are huge, probably inedible. We're gonna see if they are edible and then figure out what to do with them. I could probably store them in the fridge for a couple days. I'd like to ferment a few, and I know you can freeze them, but honestly I haven't been eating them as much as I thought I would. They're really good roasted, but since Sean doesn't eat them because he doesn't like the way they taste, he doesn't like the way like Brussels sprouts taste, and they kind of taste like roasted Brussels sprouts, like kind of mixed with a carrot in a way. That's what a roasted radish tastes like. He won't eat them, and if he doesn't eat it, I usually don't fix something just for myself. But I'm going to pull them all up because I need to put my peppers up here. I've planted the majority of my peppers over there in my mom's garden, but I did want to put the last 2 rows up here. I might only have enough peppers for 1 row, and then that means I have an extra row up here. And haven't exactly decided what I want to put up here. I could put some sunflowers. I could put some more lettuce because I have some beautiful lettuce growing over here. Here, let me show you. This is called the Marvel of 4 Seasons. I think I got it from Botanical Interest, and I got it because it could grow in cold weather, it could grow in hot weather, and it's beautiful. I ate some yesterday, and it's just like the softest, kind of like a butterhead variety of lettuce. So I've got those, but I'd like to succession sow some more and see how that does. I'll show you my tomato transplants. They're doing pretty good. That was a smaller one. Here's one of the bigger ones. So the smaller ones are catching up to the other ones, which I knew they would. But we also had like 3 straight days of constant rain, which was awful to have to do chores in, but it was awesome for the plants and also for the weeds, which isn't too great, but you win some, you lose some. You're gonna have weeds in a garden. That's just how it is. So I'm going to pull these radishes up and put the radishes in my big old bowl over here, and then give the radish tops to the chickens. And I want to show you guys my turnips. I've never grown turnips before, and I just thought I'd throw a few in the ground. And I kind of wish I would have done way more turnips than radishes now, because they've grown super fast and they're big and beautiful. The soil over here is just so much better than anything that I've ever grown in as far as root vegetables go too, and they look awesome. And then here is what my radishes are looking like. They're pushing themselves out of the ground. They're looking more like daikon radishes, and they're actually white icicle radishes. And there's a few rainbow, I think like rainbow egg radishes in there too. So we're gonna pull them out, see what we got, and if worse comes to worse, they go in a compost pile. But I was really just using them as a ground cover because I had a humongous packet of radish seeds that I would plant them every year for my grandfathers. Both of them really loved radishes, especially the white icicle ones. And I wasn't able to share this year, so I just threw a bunch of them in the ground to keep the soil loose. And it's worked. It's choked out the weeds, and I have a ton of radishes, and the goats have loved them as a snack. Anyway, enough talking. I'm going to pull these up now. Some of these are not as big as I thought they would be. I mean, a lot of people like radishes very small and tender. Kind of like they like okra. I mean, if you let okra get too big, it gets woody. And you can't really eat it all that well. These get like pithy and woody, so they kind of almost get hollow in the middle. They get bitter, they get hot. I don't know what to expect with these. Some of them are giant and then others are kind of normal size, so we might actually have some good ones in here. Now, I've never really cooked with radishes other than roasting them, but I know like a lot of Asian dishes call for radishes, usually the daikons. And these look pretty similar. Not sure though. Never grown this many. We're gonna find out though. So like these are clearly too small to save because they were planted too close together. This is what happens when you plant stuff too close together. They just compete and don't get big. I'm going to toss this over to the goats. There's no reason in me keeping this. Could give it to the chickens, but the goats are right here and they're begging for a treat anyway, so let's do that. So that's just one row. That's the first row. That back there, that's the turnips. And then now I've got this one. So let's get to it. My whole porch is just covered in radishes now. That's a lot of food grown in one little area. That's a lot of radishes, y'all. What am I gonna do with all these? My friends don't really like radishes, so I don't know if I'm gonna be sharing these. I know that Sean's grandma likes them, so I'm gonna send her some. I don't know the best way to. If I was doing these fresh storage, I mean, I don't have enough refrigerator space for that. I mean, you can stick them in a cold drawer, and I would assume that keeping the tops on them keeps them fresher, but there's no way that all of that plus the tops would fit in the refrigerator. I'm gonna spray them down, take the tops off, give the tops to my chickens, see how many I can fit in some baggies, and stick them in the fridge for a day until I'm able to figure out what I'm going to do with them. I could freeze them all. Would I really cook with that many radishes? I guess I could figure out what to cook with them. Like I said, this is actually an old pack of seeds, like one of those big packs you get at the farm stores. And I just put them in the ground to keep the weeds from growing in those back 2 rows until I could get the peppers out. And that's what happened. They grew, and they grew well. So that soil that was amended with all that goat manure, yeah, y'all, it grows some really good root veggies. I mean, some of these things are huge. And I will say this, I got maybe like 6 good radishes out of that Easter egg radish row. I mean, the front row way outcompeted the back row. It did way better. The only thing that I'm a little bit excited about are there's like 3 of these black radishes. I don't think I've ever had a black radish. And then there's a couple of just these cherry radishes. There's a red one and a purple one. But the white icicle radish definitely outcompeted all of them. Look at this one. Look at this guy. Isn't he cool looking? That's a whole lot of radishes right there, huh? Let's get them sprayed off. Okay, not sure why I curled my hair this morning because the humidity is so high today. It just, yeah, it doesn't work. Anyway, I got a giant bowl of radishes. I kind of expected there to be more. There were a few really small ones that I didn't fool with. And all those are going to go to the compost and to the chickens. These guys are so cool. They just look like little friends, don't they? Anyway, I'll update you on what I end up doing with them. For now, they're going in my refrigerator, and some of them are going to other people. But I would like to ferment a jar, and maybe I'll freeze them. I don't know. Maybe I'll see how long they keep in the fridge and see how many roasted radishes I can eat over the next 2 weeks. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this harvest video with me. Next one will be a turnip, my first ever turnip, and then I'm gonna bake it and eat it and just be happy, because who doesn't love pulling fresh food out of the garden and then having it for supper? Because I know that's like the best thing in the world. Look at this little guy. Say hi, Scully. He is the cutest goat ever. Alright, I'm gonna go give these greens to the chickens, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!